Malvina Johnson sat on her couch in her Central City home, wearing a shirt that featured a collage of her beloved grandson.
Mama, I got you, Mama.
She said 23-year-old Jermaine Marsh would often walk through the house calling her name. Mama is what he called her. But she doesn't hear phrases like that from him anymore.
And I received a phone call. I thought he had just got shot. My neighbor upstairs, I went upstairs to her, and she told me it was a deadly shooting. So when she said deadly shooting, I know I didn't have my grandson no longer.
2 days after Christmas, on December 27, 2019, someone shot and killed Johnson's grandson. Police said it happened around 11:45 that morning on South Liberty Street. They found his body inside of Johnson's car. They said he was shot multiple times.
I've been puzzled ever since then because I was trying to figure out why that happened, and we had just came home for the Christmas holidays, and he was about to leave to go back to Grambling, and he also had a 2-month-old baby that would never know his daddy.
That was one of the last murders of the year, bringing the total number of killings to 119. NOPD Superintendent Sean Ferguson said while one murder is too many, he is happy to know 2019 had one of the lowest murder rates in nearly half a century.
That is a testament not only to the men and women of the New Orleans Police Department, but to our city as a whole, working together, looking for ways to do some conflict resolution in a less violent way.
Despite the encouraging reduction, New Orleans' murder rate is still amongst the highest in the country and about 8 times higher than the national average. That's according to Peter Scharf, who's a criminologist at LSU. And for Johnson, the reduced number of murder victims does not give her much comfort because her grandson is included in it. And she knows other families like her still don't have the answers they're looking for as to what continues to cause all of this.
It don't make no sense for all this killing, because y'all are hurting us, the parents, the grandmothers. We're the ones suffering. We're the ones have to bury our loved ones while y'all still walking and talking and breathing.
WDSU tracked murder data in 2019. This map shows where the victims were killed and how. It also breaks down the demographics. Our study showed that 99 of the 119 murder victims in 2019 were black men. And more than half of all victims were killed in 2 of the city's 8 police districts, the 7th District, which is New Orleans East, and the 5th District, which is made up of the 9th Ward, St. Roch, and most of the 7th Ward. Scharf said it points to racial and economic inequalities that have been in place for hundreds of years.
All the research shows we have extremely high risks, poor transportation, poor education, poor social services, poor job prospects in some neighborhoods. While in other neighborhoods, this is a boom city.
Scharf called New Orleans, quote, gentrification heaven. He said the relocation of some people to places with more affordable housing could be a reason why some neighborhoods are getting safer, while others, like the 5th and 7th districts, are still seeing a lot of killings.
And the question, what's the sustainability of a tale of two cities? Can you gentrify half the city and leave the rest of the city at risk? We got to really rethink soberly about that issue.
WDSU data shows 38 people were killed in the 7th District in 2019, which again is New Orleans East. The last time numbers were that high, according to WDSU's data, 3 years ago, when 39 people were murdered. We asked Chief Ferguson about this and what's being done right now to keep people safe.
I think we have not really identified a true pattern in the 7th District. I will say that. And the 7th District it is such a massive district.
Chief Ferguson said he added more officers in the East, in fact, more officers than any district within the department. But some question if it's really enough, considering how large the 7th District is.
From the Industrial Canal to Venetian Isle, that is a very large district, and I've always been tasked with the question of, hey, should this district be split into halves? I would love to do that, but we just do not have the manpower to do that. To erect another district, that means there's another captain and 4 more lieutenants and numerous more sergeants as well as patrolmen. Staffing that we just do not have at this time, so we have to be smart.
So while Chief Ferguson continues to work on that, he says he does have strategies in place for other parts of the city. He's using what's called a Project Safe Neighborhood program, which he said is helping to keep the murder rate down.
They have been identifying certain areas that we noticed identified as being violent areas, and they have really increased their patrols and they've increased how we're going to engage our community there.
Chief Ferguson admitted there's still a lot that needs to be done moving forward in 2020, like building conflict resolution skills and bringing justice to the victims' families. Families like Johnson's, who don't believe they'll ever get the answers they're looking for.
Justice out here, not happening at all. You're not getting no closure from no one, nobody. So I deal with it the way I want to deal with it. I still remember him being the person he was and my grandson.